Hey crafters, welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm G, and we are so happy that you're with us tonight. Let me see. We already have Phyllis and Linda. So happy that you're joining us. Oh my goodness, we have a terrific night planned. We're going to make some fun folds. We're going to make two fun folds. And we're using such an easy design that you're going to like it. You're going to want to copy it. You know, a lot of fun folds, you miss out, you cut a lot of the paper away, but not on this one. So welcome, welcome. If you are watching the rebroadcast, we want to welcome you to our channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you want to miss all the chit chat, I will place below the video a timestamp that'll tell you exactly where to skip on over so you can see us make the first card. But I just want to look and see. I'm so happy that I can see everybody already chatting. It looks like it's kind of cold. Oh my goodness, Phyllis is 35 degrees. Yikes. Oh my goodness. And in Maryland, I bet it is cold in Maryland. Well, you know, we have 7 days until Thanksgiving. Let's just chat a little bit and let's see if we can get some more people online. Sandra, hey, welcome. Brenda, Carol, Connecticut over on the East Coast and up in Canada. I'll bet it's cold. Well, you know, we only have 7 days. And so I'm curious, are you a pumpkin pie, a pecan pie, or maple person? Let us know in the chat below. We would love to hear. You know, I'm not a pumpkin pie person, but I do love pecan pie. But unfortunately, all that Karo syrup, that'll give me a migraine. So I love maple. Maple anything. I always make my house smell like maple. I buy this wonderful little block that's actually butterscotch maple. Oh, it makes my house smell so wonderful. Oh, I just absolutely love it. In fact, I had to have the refrigerator fixed. Actually, it was like a month-long process. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. But whenever the servicemen would come in, they'd say, "Oh my gosh, your house smells so good." Because I always keep that maple going. I love maple. Pumpkin pie. Oh my goodness. Turkey. I love turkey. Oh yeah, Marty and I are going to have turkey and all the fixing. But I think we're actually going to make our maple pecan scones. Now, I think I put that in one of the newsletters that I sent out. Oh my goodness. So easy to make. And you know what we like about it? It turns out every single time. You know how sometimes you bake and it doesn't turn out? This turns out every single time. So we are, lemon meringue. Oh yeah, I love lemon meringue. Our mother made the best lemon meringue pie and lemon chess. Oh, yummy. I love that too. Well, we are so excited to get started with these fun folds tonight. Fun folds, because we're making two. So, maple, love maple. So let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. I want to show you at least one of the cards so you can see what we're talking about. So let's head down. Okay, now I want you to look at this card. This is so easy. And what we absolutely love about it is you have very little waste. That's what makes it so nice, because you know we're all about easy, saving money, right? Especially now when you have to spend money on other things. So this is what it's going to look like. And we're going to have two more cards to show you. I just want to look. Carol, I make orange meringue pie. Well, I've never heard of that. And you may have to share your recipe with us, or is it a family secret? If it's not a family secret, you may need to send it to me. Wow, so awesome. Well, you know that I love Bermuda Bay, right? So that's the first card we're going to make. We're going to make it with Bermuda Bay. So the first thing you need to do is take your 8.5 by 11 and cut it in half. Right on the 8.5, you're going to cut it to 4 1/4. But keep the length of it, because this is actually like a gatefold, but it's a large gatefold. So we're going to score on both ends of this base card. And you're going to score at 2 3/4. And I'm just looking at my measurements to make sure. 2 3/4. And then we're just going to flip it and score at 2 3/4. And there we have it. So now I'm going to put this to the side. And we're just going to give this a good crease. Get our bone folder. Oh, Anne, thank you so much. We would love to make that. And you have my email, so thank you. And you know, I also received a fantastic card from Linda. Hey, Linda. And I'm going to show that a little bit later so you can see what she sent us. It was so darn cute. So look at this gatefold. Great so far. But we need to cut off just a little bit of each side. Now, let me show you a trick. Maudie came up with this little trick, and I really like it. Let's see if I can remember what to do. We need to cut off an inch we need to cut an inch here and then just cut it down to this little line right here. So what she said to do, which I think is just brilliant, go ahead and turn it right to the middle, just like this, because we're going to put our little line right here across both of them. And now we have it marked on both sides, and you'll understand that in just a minute. So go ahead and just kind of flip it over. We want to mark 1 inch in and just drag it across both flaps. Now watch. You only have to make that mark that one time. Now we're going to put this in. We're going to rotate it to the corner. Make sure that that mark stays right there in the canal in your trimmer. And we're going to slice. And this is all the waste that you're going to have. Isn't that wonderful? We love to save money. So we're going to do the same thing. Now I am going to show you another tip, just in case you don't have a trimmer like this. Go ahead and use your fingernail and put it right on this little mark and just rotate to where the end is right there. And we're going to slice. So now we have that cut just like we need it. But remember I said Maudie's trick, when you mark across it like that, you only have to mark it twice. So we don't have to measure this again. We can simply draw a line. So let's say you don't have a trimmer. Go ahead and put your ruler right there on that mark and rotate it to the end and just draw your line. And now we can just use our scissors, right? That's the little trick. So we only really marked it twice. So we're just rotating it, making sure we're lined up right on that. And we're just going to mark it. So now we're going to bring our scissors and we're just going to cut it. So if you don't have a trimmer that you like, you can still do this with scissors very easily. Let's just get that cut. And there we have it. Now, you will need to go ahead and use your eraser. And like I said in our last video, this pencil right here, I had someone contact me and say, what kind of pencil is that? It's a zebra pencil from Amazon, and I have it listed below the video in case you're interested. Hey, Paula from Georgia. Yay! So happy you're with us. Now, I'm just going to go along the side and get any marks that we have. I'm going to get those off so that we don't see any marks, because we don't certainly want that. So far, easy, right? Now, I'm going to put this to the side. Now, the next thing you need to do for this card is you need to cut 2 strips for this particular card. Now, on my other card, we're not using these 2 strips, but for this one, we're using 2 strips. And the size of these, now I want to remind you, you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I have to write down all this. All you have to do is go over to creativemomentsbyg.com after the video, after our live, give us about an hour, and I'll have all these measurements posted for you. So you don't have to worry about that. However, if you want to worry about that and you want to write it down because you're one of those people that you're going to make it right away, These strips are, I'm looking to see, it's a 4x2 and let's see, base card to mat with gatefold panels. Yes. Okay, we have 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we have 1 3/4 by 5 1/2 because this is going to go all the way to the end. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay, let's get a little bit of glue, just a little. Remember, you don't need a lot, right? It's funny, we were watching someone. We just got back from On Stage, and for those of you that don't know Stampin' Up, that's our big celebration that we have. And we got back from that, and it was funny, one of the ladies was saying, well, I don't use much glue, just a little dot, and she put this big old glob, and I'm like, oh no, don't do that. So, you know, you gotta sparingly with the glue, right? We had so much fun at On Stage. We actually got to sit with my upline, who is Connie Stewart. And so we sat with Connie and Brenda and Vicky and Nikki and Dana and Annie. And then we had 2 people come up and say that they watched our videos. Yay! It made us so happy. Oh my goodness. The Papermate mechanical pencils also are great. You know what? I bet that's right, Carol, because they look just like this, don't they? It's all about this eraser. You gotta have that eraser. Yes. So now we have this glued down, and let me just kind of show you what's going to happen. We are going to put this right in the center of our card, just like this. But this is a gatefold, so you want to make sure and only glue it down to one side, right? So what we're going to do is just hold this right in the center, and I know that's about where I need it, but remember, we only want it right here. You know, you can't have it all the way. So just kind of put your glue right in the center and just about right here. There we have it. Now I'm going to get this right in the center, right there. And perfect. Just like this. Now, I'm going to show you, I didn't show you the card that Maudie made that's like this. It is so beautiful. Hey, Lisa, so happy that you made it. I'm going to let her answer that, Lisa. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, let me see if I can get this right. We used our framed florets. Don't you love this stamp set? If you don't have it, you need to get it because it is so beautiful. And look at this. We cut out these. So we are going to lay this down right in the center. Now I want to show you something. You want to make sure that you don't get glue right out here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down, kind of center it. And I'm going to just kind of make a mark right here so that I know where to put my glue. Let's just get that right there. Very lightly. Okay, so now we're going to put some glue just on this side. I hope I'm getting this right. And this is just going to create a base for the rest of the items that we're going to lay on this. It's going to be so pretty. So just kind of wiggle it. You have a little bit of time, not much time though. And now we're going to lay this on top of it. Just barely put some glue around here, just around the edges. Just a little bit. And then that will glue down our frame. And then we can add to it. Now make sure you have this turned the right way. This is kind of bubbled up a little bit. So here we go. Okay. Just going to glue this down. Now, see, we haven't added any glue right here because you don't want it to close your gatefold. So far, pretty easy, right? Once you cut these out, they do all the work for you. So here we have this. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in an oval. And we used a scalloped edge oval. And we need to stamp our message first because we're going to bring in some of those flowers. So let's go ahead and stamp our message. And our message, oh my goodness, where did we get this? Thank you with all my heart. That is with the framed florets. Look at this. I love that. Don't you love it when they take the font and they make it 2 different fonts? Love it. Okay, so we're going to bring in some Cajun Craze because I like Cajun Craze and Bermuda. We're just going to stamp this right in the center. So tap, tap, tap. Going to put it right in the center and hold it. What do you think? Let us know below if you have this stamp set already and how much you like it. And if you don't have it, are you going to get it? We'd love to know. We love this stamp set. We didn't at first think we were going to like it because it was a little bit old-fashioned. But you know what? It's really not. It is not old-fashioned. And see, we're going to raise this up on dimensionals. But we're going to add our flowers. Now, to add our flowers, I went ahead and used the flowers from the stamp set, and we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So let's bring in our blends. You know I love our blends. Look at all these different colors. We have Pool Party, Mint Macaroon, Cherry Cobbler, Bronze, Pumpkin Pie, and Calypso Coral. Now, whenever you do these flowers, we're going to start with the darkest, which is going to be our, this one right here, which is Dark Poppy. So we're going to just barely put a little bit of dark right here. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get it just a little closer. Let's see if I can get that a little closer so that we can see. There we go. Because it's so much fun. Now, because these are so small, I'm going to use the pencil tip. You know I don't normally do that. But I'm just going over these lines. Just a little bit of the lines. And I'm not trying not to touch the center because I want to do the center in this light mango melody. So let's go ahead and get our center done. And then I'm going to bring in my Calypso. Is this Calypso? Yes, I'm going to bring in my Calypso. And I'm just going to go around just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I'm just making some marks so that we can see those 2 colors. Just like that. Go around over here. There's not much on this tiny flower to go around. So you just kind of have to pick it up just a little. And now I'm going to bring in our pale papaya, our dark pale papaya. I can use the brush stroke, maybe. Oh, nope. I've used it too much. It's kind of dry. So we're going to go ahead and just very lightly go over the edge of this flower so that we can blend it really well. And because these are alcohol based, of course it takes a moment for them to dry. And you want to make sure not go over too much because then you won't have that differentiation, right, in colors, and you want that. But you want it to blend a little bit. So just kind of go over the edges a little bit. And let's get that going. And then we're going to make our leaves Bermuda Bay. Oh, I love that. So we're going over that. And we're just going to let that dry just a little bit. Now, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to use Poppy Parade for these edges where the flower turned back. And we'll just go over that just to give it some depth. And we can always go back in and make this a little lighter. I can tell we need it just a little bit lighter to really make it blend a little better. That's what's so nice about these blends. When they dry, they will actually blend it together for you. Hey, Stella, welcome. So happy you joined us. Oh, you were working on ornaments for Christmas. You know, I was talking to Monty today, and I said, you know what we need to do that we haven't done in a long time since we were little? Have y'all ever taken an orange and you stick cloves in it? And it smells so wonderful, and you put it in a bowl. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a time lapse of us doing that, and then we'll post it over on Facebook and Instagram. Have y'all done that before? Oh, it smells so wonderful. So now we need to go ahead and bring in our pale papaya on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just lighten this up. Let us know if you've ever done that. We know Stella was making ornaments. So have y'all started on your ornaments, or do you make ornaments? So now once again, I'm going to go over where I have that dark color just to lighten it up just a little bit. And you can still, if you want to, lighten it up over here just a little bit. It just makes it so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in our Bermuda Bay. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm going to use our pencil nib, and I'm just going to very lightly go over those lines. And then I'm going to come back in with the light and just kind of go over them. You'll be able to see the dark, and if not, you can always go over it again. This is such a fun card to do. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Now, you can also, I see this is a little dark right here. So right here, if I wanted to go over it just a little bit to lighten it up, we could do that. Do that just a little bit. Now, we already colored these cards, these flowers, just like this. So pretty. But we went back in just a little bit with this and kind of put a few more lines right here just to give it a little more definition. Just kind of went back in. And there we go. And so now, here we have those, and we have them colored and cut out so that you don't have to wait for them to be cut out. And our leaves are just like what we did. We colored them with the light and the dark Bermuda Bay. And now we're simply going to complete this card. Okay, so we're going to put this over, and also the stamp set that comes with the kit is like this. So we went ahead and we just colored that as well. So we have that as well. So now I'm going to go back out just a little bit more. Okay, so let's put these to the side. Now I need this Calypso Coral for our next card. But let's go ahead and bring this in, and now we're going to add this down to our oval that we have so that we can get it put up. I'm going to put this right on the top, and I'm just going to put the glue right here because we don't want to glue our card down, and that's really what you really need to pay attention to. Be mindful of that. You don't want to glue these flaps together, right? You want to make sure they open up. So let's go ahead and just get a little glue. And you know, we won't see y'all next week because it's Thanksgiving, but we will have uploaded a video for you. So hopefully you'll watch that. We'll try to make it a fun video. Okay, look at that. Isn't that starting to look pretty? So pretty. And now we're going to simply put this around. Let's get a little bit of glue. And I'm just going to add this right here. Okay, I'm going to add this little leaf right underneath, and I'm going to put the other flower right on top of it. We like lots of flowers. I'm going to put a small one though. So we have to turn it where it doesn't interfere. So right like that with the wording. Get that right there. Oh, look at that, starting to take shape. And can you ever have too many flowers? No, you can't. That's what I say. So I'm going to put just a little bit of glue. And we're going to add this right here. We're going to add our leaf. Let's see if I can get it picked up. And add that right there. And now add our small little flower. And we like to do this before we add it to our card, because that way, you know, you're manipulating this and pushing all over it, and you really don't want to do that on your card. So now we are ready to add this. And we are going to add it on dimensionals. So let's grab some dimensionals. And because we are going to send this, we want to make sure that it holds its shape, right? So we're going to go ahead and use 5 dimensionals. So that may be too many, but better to have too many than not enough. Okay. Now, let's add this right to the center. Now we need to add this to the inside, and because you're going to add it, you can see this part right here. So if you stamp something, you have to be really careful to stamp it over here, right? And we want to have plenty of room to write our message. So we're not going to stamp anything on the inside because we feel like the outside is so pretty. These flowers are so pretty. We don't need anything. So here we go. What do you think about this fun fold? What do you think? Thank you, Brenda. Oh my goodness. We love this stamp set. So, so pretty. Yes. Now, I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to start on our second card. But before we do that, I want to show you a card that Linda sent us. Look at this cute little guy. Oh my goodness. We have the squirrels. And then this is a border that is actually a die set that has different dies on it. Look at that. He's sitting behind that. That is so cute. She has a couple layers here. I just wanted to share this with you. And then, of course, she decorated the inside. Most of the time we do that. So thank you, Linda. I saw that you're on tonight. We appreciate that so much. That just made our day when we got that. We keep it right on our little mantle. Thank you, thank you. Okay, now on to our second card. Now let me show you. We are going to use Cajun Craze for this one. How many of you find dimensionals everywhere? The backings to dimensionals. Let us know. Put a smiley face if they're everywhere. They are in my hair. They are on my pajamas. I don't know how they get in the living room on the floor, but they're everywhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our, remember this is 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score at both sides 2 3/4. So score one side and just flip it and score 2 3/4. Now, remember what we have to do. We're going to go ahead and crease this really well with our bone folder. And then we have to cut that slant off to make it even prettier, right? Now, we're going to do Maudie's trick. And we are going to measure 1 inch in. And we're going to put our line across. I'm going to go ahead and use our grid paper and get this lined up just perfectly. Okay, we're going to put it across both panels so we know where to cut. Just going to turn it over and do the same thing. When she was telling me, oh, do this, it makes it so much easier. I'm like, I don't understand. She showed it to me. Love it. Love that idea. Now, just in case you don't have a trimmer, Remember, you're going to line up right there with your ruler and just draw, and that way you can cut with your scissors. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to line it up with our mark, go out to the edge, and there we have it. We're going to bring in our scissors and just trim it. So here we go. It's really hard to see on that Cajun Craze. It's dark. And there we go. Now, if you have your trimmer and you like your trimmer and you like to use it like this, all we have to do is line up our mark right in the canal and twist this until the bottom is in the canal. Make sure that top part stays in the canal. Close it and slice. So now you know 2 different ways to do it. We're going to put our fingernail right there in the canal and just twist that and slice. And there we have it. Maudie gets an A+. Okay, now on this one, I was thinking that we could do another idea. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to bring in our boss, and we have a beautiful embossing folder. So you could use any embossing folder that you want. We're going to use Pretty Flowers. So I thought it would be pretty to go ahead and emboss this flap. So let's see how that looks. We haven't done it yet, so I'm not really sure if it's going to work, but let's hope it does. So I'm just going to put this in. I think it'll be very pretty. And let's run it through and see how that looks. Oh, wait a minute. It moved on me. I don't want that. Okay, let me get this fixed one more time. Ooh, I'm glad I saw that. Okay, make sure it stays in the right place. Okay. Now let's put it through. Okay, let's see what that looks like. What do you think? Do you like that? Oh, I love that. Hey, Annie! Annie is one of our friends that we met at Onstage. She sat at our table. So happy you're with us. Okay, so now let's try that again. We're going to line it up right here on our embossing folder, just like this. Make sure that it stays right where it needs to be. And we're going to run it through the machine. Ooh, I really like this. I think that adds to it. What do you think? Do you like the embossed flaps? We're going to look at them one more time. You know, I think embossing really always adds to the beauty of the card. Look at that. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Thank you. Hey, Teresa. So happy you joined us. Okay, let's see now. Where am I? I have to get back to where am I? Okay. So the next thing that we did is we took some of these dies and we used Stitched So Sweetly. And look what we did. Of course, I'm bringing in the Bermuda Bay. And we are just going to put them on top of each other just like this with dimensionals. But first, let's see. No, I'm not going to actually stamp anything on it. We are simply going to do some flowers. Now, here is the stamp set that we used. Fond of Autumn. Love this set. Hey, Dawn, welcome, welcome. And Lisa, welcome. So this is the stamp set we used. We went ahead and we stamped our image. However, we're going to color just a little bit, but not the whole thing, because guess what? I already have it colored, right? So we're going to color our little acorn, and we're going to use Dark Calypso for our little guys right there. Is that right? Yep. And just color those. And I'm going to use my brush nib because you know me, I like to do it fast. So I just go over it. And let's see, we have another one right here. We have a little guy right here. Look at how fast we did that. And then I'm going to bring in the bronze. And we're just going to, oops, I'm going to have to use my pencil nib. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You know, it's amazing how quickly it starts looking so pretty. Now, I want to do the mint macaroon. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I'm going to bring in some dark. Just going to go down. And you know what? I may also bring in my Bermuda light. So let's do that. There we go. Just going to show you how easily you can color this using your blends, right? So now I'm going to come back over. I think I will use, yeah, let me try this one. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, yes, this is it. Now I'm going to try not to go over what I already colored, right? Because we know this is an alcohol pen, and this will take the color out. So as much as possible, just kind of go around it. And you can always go back in, right? Not to worry. And in fact, I'm going to see what would happen if I brought in that Bermuda Bay and just kind of went over. Ooh, I like that. What do y'all think? Okay. Now, I don't know if you saw my Facebook post. I know Lisa did because she said they were having trouble. It was skipping. The wording was skipping. So we posted on Facebook just to remind people to come watch us. So we sure would appreciate it if you would share with your friends and bring them on over. Look at that. Don't you like that? Oh my goodness. I love these colors. I think it's so pretty. Now, let's go ahead. We have a leaf colored. You can go ahead and just color in. Let's see what we have here. You could just go ahead and one tone this so you don't have to spend a lot of time. We're not going to color the whole thing. This one is so pretty, and it's a little different than the last one that we did. Okay, look at that. And now we're going to use our colors here for our flowers. Really brought in some fall colors. We're going to use, again, the Calypso. We're going to use the Pumpkin Pie. And we're going to use light Calypso. So let's start with our dark first. And let's just kind of go around. I'm going to go ahead and get those little, I don't know what they're called. They're the inside of the flower. And we're just going to go over those marks where they already tell us that maybe we should have some definition. And now I'm going to bring in the Pumpkin Pie and just go around it. And then I'm going to end with that light color. So just barely go around it. I love these fall colors. And you would do all your flowers just like this. Just going to go over them. And as always, you can go back in if your definition, if you lost some of it because you went over it with your blend. Okay. Now the inside, of course, we're going to do our yellow. We like that. We like yellow. And you could always bring in your bronze to do the very tip of here. Just kind of touch it. So there you have your flower. It doesn't take a long time. You can do it very quickly. Now I'm going to throw those over to the side. And we went ahead and we cut out our flowers. We have, and you know what's so great about this? You know, I think it's on the retired list, so it's going to retire. Oh my goodness. So you need to get it. Is we like it that this is all one piece when you stamp it, but you can use the dies to cut it out. So you might want to get this because I think this is a keeper. So let's go ahead and back out. I remember last time I backed out, I kind of made people sick a little bit, right? I went kind of crazy, so I'm trying not to do that again. Okay, so now we have this, and I love the embossing folder. Look at that. Okay, so this is going to go right here, and I love Bermuda Bay. I do. So I want to go ahead and bring in our stamped sentiment. Now here it is, sending many thanks. And I want this right in the center, just like this, but I want it up on dimensionals because I want to tuck the leaves under it, right? So now I'm on a quest to search for my dimensionals. Oh, there they are. No, those are minis. I don't need minis. Okay, here we go. So let's go ahead and add some dimensionals. And I'm going to add 3. And there we have it. Just take the backing off. And putting it on dimensionals really lets us, you know, position the flowers however we want. Hey, Judy, welcome. Okay, so let's just put this at a slant. There we have it. And now let's go to town and let's get these flowers. What's so great about this is you can tuck some of them behind and some of them in the front. You just have to kind of play with it. Maybe like that. Ooh, I like that. What do you think? I like that one. Now, we want to go ahead and just kind of set it up on a dimensional. Let's do that. And I want to just kind of tuck that down like that. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. Now we're going to go ahead and get rid of some of this white right here. So let's go ahead and tuck another flower in. And let's see how we want to do that. Oh, just like that. I think that's good. So because it's raised, we're going to put a dimensional. And I know this is a little bit longer show, but hey, we won't see y'all next week. So we just appreciate you spending your time with us. Okay, what do you think so far? What do you think? Aren't those flowers pretty? Okay, now let's look at this big guy. Where do we want to put him? I think, let's see. Okay, let's see. Maybe we'll put it over a little bit. Nope. I think maybe put this under. Let's see if we can do that. I want him like that. So I think I'm going to have to cut this off right there. And you know what? You have to do that sometimes, right? You just tweak it. Get it exactly the way you want. And it doesn't matter that it goes off this part right here. That doesn't matter at all. So let's put 2 dimensionals right here in this corner. This is an exciting card. I love that it really is easy, and it's all about how much you want to decorate it. You saw, I think we showed you the Scotty one, so you saw how easy you could decorate it, but I'm going to show you some other ones if you want to just kind of take it up a step. Let's see, I want to get it just right. Okay, so there's that, and we still have this little guy right here that we're going to put. Oh, Stella, thank you so much. Okay, so now let's see what this little guy is doing. Let's put a little bit. I like to go ahead and get just a little bit, if possible. Oh, there we go. You just kind of have to keep moving it around, right? Maybe like, I don't know. No, I don't like that. Let's see. So if we have this right here, maybe if I cut a little off. Oh, I'm getting kind of nervous, but okay, let me try it. Because I can't fix it if it's not right. Oh dear. Let's put this under here, kind of put that right there. Ah, there we go. We got it. So let's just get, let's get a little dimensional right there. Okay, let's slip him right under there. Okay, woo! I know we have a lot of flowers on there, but I think it's pretty because it's fall and I like flowers. So let's go ahead and add this with some dimensionals. Yay! Okay. I don't know if you saw our last video. We had our Technique Tuesday I tried to make a card in 2 minutes using a kit, and I was so busy looking for my acrylic block, it caused me not to meet my 2 minutes. So if you haven't seen that, that's cute. We love that kit, by the way. It's called Timeless Greetings. Oh, at first I thought, well, I'm not going to like that, but I really love it. So you might check out that video. Okay, so now let's see what this looks like. Oh, look at that. And it's really not that hard. So now remember, oh, I see some marks right there. We have to go in with our eraser very lightly because this is embossed, right? And now we have to make sure that we don't put glue anywhere other than this flap. So this is about where we want it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just make a little line right here on the back of it. And that will kind of give me some direction as to where to put my glue. Because I would hate to put that. You saw it, huh, Brenda? Oh, yes, I know. You were laughing. That's okay. I laugh at myself all the time. Okay, so there we have it. Now, let's go ahead and we need the inside to go ahead and glue down. Just a little bit of glue, not much. Remember, just a dab will do ya. Who used to see that dippity-do for your hair? Do you remember that? I'm showing how old I am now. A little dab will do ya. Y'all are probably too young to have heard of that. Anyway, so there we have it. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. What do you think about this card? You didn't like that kit? Yeah, oh, I really liked it. And I don't know if you watched our video, but we actually showed you some alternatives you could do very quickly. They're not hard. They only use the stamp, and I think it really, really added to it. So here's this card that we just made. What do you think? We're going to go ahead and put that to the side right there. Okay, let's look at this one. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, the one we made. So we have our Bermuda Bay card. We have our Cajun Craze. Now remember I showed you this adorable little Scotty, right? Oh, Lisa, I'm so glad you remember it. Look at that. We love that. This can be for anything. A birthday, you can turn it into whatever you want, right? Okay, and then we made this Christmas card with our Cajun Craze. We used those ornaments. And look at that beautiful frame. Oh my goodness. They still have that frame, and I'll list that below the video if you don't have it. We loved this one. We just added a branch in the middle. So here's this one. We're going to ask you which is your favorite, so get ready. Okay, now, drum roll. Do I have a drum roll? No, I don't have a drum roll. Here is one that Maudie made. She made some of these others too, but this is my favorite. Look at the colors. I love that cherry cobbler. We're actually, and I can say this because she's not watching, we're going to give this to our sister-in-law because we're going to her birthday party on Sunday. Love this card. And look at what she did. She actually put her very vanilla cardstock in there, but cut out the center so that you could see that cherry cobbler. I think that's a really nice touch. So take a moment and let us know which is your favorite. You have several different cards here. We would love, love, love to know. You can also take a screenshot. This is the time to do it. And I want to just point out, if you aren't a demonstrator, here is our host code. If you're going to spend $50, and that's before shipping and taxes, you're going to get yourself a Take Your Pick tool from us. So make sure that if you place an order, or if you need help placing an order, you can email me, text me, DM me, PM me, whatever all those acronyms are, and I'll help you place your order. So there you go. We have to use that host code though. What is your favorite? Bermuda Bay and, oh, I love Bermuda Bay. I want to see ladies who went to On Stage. Well, I like the mini catalog. I think, oh, there's a lot of good things. I'm not going to place my order until December 1. And I think there's a lot of great things coming up. Stampin' Up! Is changing also. They're going to bring out more kits and so forth. The last one you made with Bermuda Bay, Judy, the cherry cobbler's really pretty. The Bermuda Bay, then the Scotty. Oh, isn't he just the cutest darn little thing? He's so cute. I love this one too. Bermuda Bay, then the Scotty. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Okay. Love the Cajun Craze, Bermuda Bay, and Maudie's card. Oh, Linda Ziegler, so happy that you joined us tonight. Well, ladies, thank you so much for spending your time with us. Maudie and I want to wish you a very blessed Thanksgiving, spending time with your families, and we just thank you so much for sharing your time with us tonight. We won't see you next week, but we will see you in December, where we hope we have a fun-filled month. So go out and just have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. We just appreciate you. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.